Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here. So we got some news today. The Washington football team is releasing tackle Morgan Moses and former third round pick Geron Christian. So we'll talk about both of those moves, how it affects Washington's offensive line, and also if this means an extension for Jonathan Allen or someone else that's coming up. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so Ben Stanek and Sam Fortier both reported this, and I'll read Ben Stanek's tweet. He said the Washington football team is releasing tackles Morgan Moses and Geron Christian per sources. He also put it in there as well and said Washington explored trade options for Christian, but couldn't find a viable deal. Would imagine Christian has several options in free agency. If not claimed in waivers, still leaves Washington with a deep group of tackles. So, interesting that they're doing this right now. I think the Morgan Moses news right now isn't too surprising, obviously, because, we did hear on Tuesday that the Washington football team was going to move on from him. And, if they couldn't get a trade done, they were going to release him. And it does suck, especially, a great locker room guy. And he's just a great guy, was a solid player for us these last few years. And it's unfortunate that we had to release him. I mean, not getting anything for him, in my opinion, isn't ideal at all. I mean, he's been a solid starter for a very long time, hasn't missed many games at all since 2015, has started in every single game, very durable. Yes, he does get hurt, and I think that's part of the reason why they might be moving on from him, is he plays through a lot of injuries, and as you get older, it's harder and harder to play through injuries and still play at a high level. So he's getting a little bit up there in age, still not very old, but it does suck. I think he will find a home relatively soon. This does save us about $7.75 million, and we'll talk about what that could mean later on in the video. But I do think he'll get a home for this season, relatively quick in the next couple weeks. I think we'll have some options. He'll probably sign a 1-year deal, and get a 2-3 year deal after this next season. So I wish Morgan Moses the best, and it is sad to see him go. The longest tenured Washington football team player is Tress Way. 8 years he's been here. Brandon Sheriff and Dustin Hopkins have been here for 7 years, and then Jonathan Allen and Chase Roulier have been here for 5. So, I mean, not a lot of guys that have been here for more than 5 years. Only 3 players on the Washington football team right now have been on the team for more than 5 years. That is absolutely crazy. And Ron Rivera continues to overhaul this roster and front office and everything. And I don't, a lot of people are upset about it, but at the end of the day, this roster, especially before he got here, it wasn't very successful, especially the last few years. And if he wants to bring in his guys, then let him do it. So far it's looked good, especially the first year. They won the division. Yes, it wasn't a great record, but they still were able to more than double their win total. And I think they're, really building something special. So I'm going to trust Ron, with this. Again, though, I don't like that we didn't get anything in a trade, even like a 7th or a 6th round pick. So now Geron Christian, 2018 third round pick, and we are releasing him as well, releasing both of these players at the same time. Interesting that, he at least got a little bit of trade interest, but at the end of the day, they're just releasing him. That would have been nice if we were, to get anything. But, if you would have told me last week that we're releasing Geron Christian and, we would get something, I would be very surprised. So, he just really never worked out. Injury-riddled first year, 2019 just wasn't great. 2020, he definitely improved a little bit, but he just still wasn't great, and it was at best, a backup tackle, and he ended up getting hurt too. He only played 6 games. He wasn't absolutely terrible, but just wasn't good enough to be a starter in this league. Who knows? Might be able to do that somewhere else. But I don't think in Washington he really had a realistic shot of playing, especially when you look at our tackle group right now. We got Charles Leno, who's gonna play left tackle more likely than not. Sam Cosmi, who's gonna probably play right tackle. Cornelius Lucas, who's gonna compete with Charles Leno or Samuel Cosmi, probably Samuel Cosmi. And then you got David Sharp, who we traded for last year, who filled in and started some games for us. And then Sadiq Charles, who can play both guard and tackle. They're probably going to play him more at guard. But if, let's say, Charles Leno is hurt, maybe, and Cornelius Lucas is hurt as well, then maybe they put in Sadiq Charles at left tackle if he isn't starting already. So, not too shocking. A little weird timing that it's happening right now. Before they even get into OTAs. I do, this could definitely be them trying to create some cap space moving forward even though they have a lot, but maybe they want to extend a couple players, including Jonathan Allen, who's, under contract for only this year. Maybe even someone like Logan Thomas, who is a free agent after this year. There's some others as well. J.D. McKissick, Geron Payne is eligible for an extension. So Washington is continuing to create cap space. They're in a very, very good cap situation this year, but obviously next year even better, moving Moses off the books and Geron Christian, the third year of a player. Their salary goes up, from their, third and fourth year. So definitely going to save some money with that. I'm not sure how much yet, but they're going to be saving money with that. So we'll see if an extension gets done. John Keim on his podcast said that he thinks one will get done possibly before training camp. He wasn't reporting it, but he was saying that, Jonathan Allen wants to be here, from the area. And, we've heard that before, especially, Brandon Sheriff. But let's see if it's different with Jonathan Allen. You want to bring back as many, many guys as you can. I personally, I know a lot of people disagree with this. I probably rather, bring back Geron Payne. I want to bring back Jonathan Allen as well, definitely. I'll be happy if we do. But I think if you had to pick between one of those guys, I personally rather have Geron Payne. But they're both great, great, great players and better than the stats show. So let me know what you guys think about both of these moves. Definitely the Moses, news wasn't really surprising. Unfortunate we weren't able to get anything for him. Geron Christian, not surprising that we released him. Just, a little bit weird timing, and hopefully we can get an extension done with Jonathan Allen, Geron Payne, or even Logan Thomas in the next few weeks. Lock some players down because we really haven't been able to do that in the last few years. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn those notifications on so you never miss a video. And peace.